Hey guys, so today I'm going to be making more Overwatch recipes, and like I said in my 4th of July video, I wanted to do 2 diva recipes, so that's what I'm doing today. The first one is a popular Korean street food called Hotteok. I had to look up how to say it, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's basically a pancake filled with sweet mixture of brown sugar and crushed nuts. And some of the videos I watch of people making it, they fill it with different kinds of things, so that's pretty interesting. And then the other thing I'm going to be making is the bunny hop punch, and it looks pretty good. They use different types of melon, watermelon, and some lime, and it looks pretty cute. And these are diva recipes, as I mentioned before, and I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to start on my dough. And I just set my book there. And I have all my ingredients out. And here I have some warm milk. I'm going to add my yeast and my sugar. And this should help activate the yeast pretty quickly from the warm milk and the sugar. I just need to mix it around a little. Now I'm going to set this aside. Yeah, the yeast is pretty much just automatically activating. And in here I have my flour. And then in here I have my salt. And I'm just going to whisk this together. Now my yeast is all activated and it looks like this. And now I'm just going to add it into my flour and mix it all together. And then once I'm finished with my dough, I'm gonna start making the mixture that's gonna go on the inside of these. Now I'm having my mom mix it all together for me with her hands because I didn't want to ruin my nails. Let's see if the camera will focus. They're little, there's this book I got, it's like Hello Kitty nails and has different designs. And this one is Melody. And she turned out a little weird looking, but I think it looks okay. So yeah, my dough's looking pretty good now. And now I'm going to put plastic wrap over this and let my dough rise for about an hour. In this bowl, I'm going to be making my filling. And the first thing is brown sugar. Then I have my cinnamon. Then I have my honey. I might have to scoop this out. It smells pretty good. And then last, my peanuts. And like I said, people make their fillings differently. Maybe they'll add more nuts, they'll add different ingredients, but I'm just gonna follow the one that's in the book. I'm just going to mix all of this together and then set it aside for later. Now my dough is ready and I already have them formed into balls, and now I just have to fry them. And I'm going to fry a few, then I'll start making my drink. I'm going to double the recipe because this is just for one serving, but my mom also wants one. So now start on these. I'm just going to grab a ball of dough and I'm going to flatten it out a little bit. That way I can put the filling inside. Looks pretty good to me, and now I'm going to add my filling. Add a tiny bit more because I don't want it spilling out of the sides. And now I'm going to pinch this in together. I'm going to do this over my bowl just in case. Looks good. Oh, sorry. I was trying to fix it a little. Okay. Now I'm going to put it onto my pan and start frying it. It's not exactly circular, but that's okay, as long as they taste good. So now I'm going to let that one side fry for a little while, and then I'll flip it over. I just looked at it and it looks pretty good. It's golden brown. So now I'm going to flip it over carefully and flatten it even more with this potato masher. Doing it a little bit off the oil because I didn't want it to splatter. That looks pretty good, so now I'm going to let this side fry. I filled these two, but I'm just going to add one, and then I'm going to start on my watermelon drink. So I'm just doing the same thing as before. I'm putting it on my pan, and then I'm going to let it fry for a little. And here's the one that I made, the first one I made. Looks pretty good. So now I'm going to check and see. Oh. I'm going to let it cook a little bit longer. Oh, I didn't mean to flip it over. It doesn't look golden enough. Golden enough. It only takes a couple of minutes to cook, so it doesn't take too long. And now I'm going to flip it. Be a little bit careful. Don't want to splatter the oil everywhere. And now I'm going to flatten this. Looks pretty good to me. And now I'm going to start on my watermelon drink. First thing I gotta do is blend my watermelon and melon together in my blender. And now my melon. And like I said before, I'm doubling the recipe. Looks pretty good. And now I'm going to blend this together. I'm going to add my lime soda into my mix. This is just 2 cups. And then I have to let that freeze down because I have to add another 2 cups. Now I'm going to carefully mix it together. All the foam is at the top, all of this is foam. And I still have a little bit more of my lime soda to add. But you can see it looks pretty good to me. Both of my recipes are finished now and they look pretty good. Also, I added some frozen watermelon balls on top of my drink to garnish them because I don't have I don't know how to carve a heart shape. And first thing I'm going to try is I forgot how to pronounce it, but the Korean street food pancake filled with some nuts and sugar and stuff. So I'm going to break it open. Here's what it looks like. You can't really see the filling. I made it pretty thin, but it's all melted because of the sugar. Now I'm going to try it. It tastes really good, and there's a nice balance between the filling and the dough. I didn't add too much filling, and I didn't add too little. And it was pretty simple to make. The only thing I really had to wait for was the dough to rise, but then it only took a few minutes to make a pan. So yeah, I think I would definitely make these again. And now I'm going to try the drink. Here it is. Tastes pretty good. The only thing I would say is I do feel like there's a lot of lime soda in here. I used Sprite, and I definitely taste that more than like the watermelon flavor, but I can taste a hint of it in there. I don't know if I make it again. It's just like lime soda and watermelon. But I think it tastes okay, and if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.